Hey, what's up to everybody out there? Welcome to another edition of the Roundtable Talk. I'm your host, C Money. First off, Happy New Year's. This is my second episode in 2024. Remember my first episode, I was in Orlando. And I'm going to give you a recap in a little bit. Just want to wish everybody a Happy New Year's out there. Hope everybody, New Year's was great. Hope everybody was good. Hope everybody was all right. Hope everybody is great. It's just saying. There's a couple of things I'm going to talk about. First off, let me talk about my trip to Orlando. After the last episode, which I did, which was when we took a stroll down I Drive, and then we ended up at Fun Spot Orlando. And then I went into Fun Spot Orlando. If you don't know, I did a video about a year ago, close to about in 2000, the ending of 2022. I did a video at Fun Spot Orlando, and I also did a video at Fun Spot Kissimmee. When I left Fun Spot Orlando, I went to Ripley's Believe It or Not. That's what I didn't show you in the video. I went to Ripley's Believe It or Not, and I also went to Ripley's Mirror Maze. And I'm telling you, it was exciting because after I, ended the show, I went to Fun Spot Orlando. Then from Fun Spot Orlando, I took the iRide, which is a trolley service that sits on, that's for International Drive. Because they have bus service on International Drive, and they also has a trolley. And I ended up using the trolley, and the trolley is operated by iRide, and they also enlisted Mears Coach, Mears Transportation Service, which I told you about, and I probably did tell you about it, which is one of their form of transportation services. Because Mears is something similar to Uber and Lyft, and it's in Orlando, and they also have motor coaches, and they also use the motor coaches as well for the iRide trolleys, because they have regular trolleys, and then they have the motor coaches that they use to help with the trolley service. And I ended up getting on it. I had to purchase a $6 all day ticket because I only wanted a $2 ticket because I only wanted was going one way, but they wouldn't let me do it online. And then I bought my ticket, and the driver was like, just go on, just go on. I'm like, I bought a $6 ticket for nothing. And then I got dropped off by Ripley's Believe It or Not. Ripley's Believe It or Not is a fun and scary place. I ended up buying a $3, what you call it, a $3 memory book, or whatever you want to call it, a $3. Well, I forgot. I want not a complimentary book. Is a $3, saying book for my mom, and so she could see everything, and it was nice. It was fun. And then after I left Ripley's Believe It or Not, I went to Ripley's Mirror Maze, which is even fun. You know, which is even fun. Maybe I should have did a video. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't do videos inside most businesses because of copyright purposes. A lot of these videos, a lot of these businesses tell you you can't record, or you can't, video tape or take pictures and stuff. Well, you could probably do it, which I did anyway, but you probably can't post it on social medias and sites and stuff like that. So I respect, the game. But there might be some videos of Ripley's Believe It or Not online. Check them out. I did never notice it. So that was in my last day there. And when I left Fun Spot Kissimmee, I noticed, across the street from Fun Spot Kissimmee, because I was hungry and I was going to go to Old Town, but around 11 o'clock, a lot of the restaurants and a lot of the businesses in Old Town was closing. So I said, oh, okay. And then I noticed across the street there was a big shopping plaza that has a gun range, and it has a flea market, which I didn't know until I went over there. And it was 4 food trucks sitting in the front. And then while looking at the 4 food trucks in the front, I looked towards the back, and it was like more trucks. And then I went into the back, and oh my God, it had to be over 30 food trucks there. It's like they call it the World Food Trucks or something like that. I think it's the World's Food Trucks or something like that. I forgot the name of it. And it had to be like over 30 trucks, and I was walking like row to row trying to figure out. I ended up eating something simple like chicken Alfredo, which is something, because I'm a pasta, I'm a pasta lover. I love Italian food, and I ended up eating that, and I was like, there was so much stuff to, pick for, and I was like, oh my God, like some of the food trucks was closed because it was going on midnight, and a lot of them was like, hey, but then you had other people, because if you ever in Kissimmee and you want something to eat, I would recommend, if you don't eat at Fun Spot, try to get to the restaurants at Old Town before they close. It's not many restaurants at Old Town, because Old Town, a lot of the places at Old Town, they're mostly shops, like shopping stores and bars, and some of the bars do have food. There are not too many restaurants inside of Old Town. There is a restaurant that serves gyros, because I remember when I went there for my birthday, I did go to the gyro place, and the man, they was open late, and I thought I was gonna be able to get some, but they had closed early this time. The last time I went, they was open, and then he was like, "Oh, get a free water because it's your birthday," because there wasn't. I don't think he had the actual drink, like a soda drink that I wanted. So he was like, "Oh, get a free water because it's your birthday." And I was like, "Okay, well, So, but if you don't get up in time enough for Old Town, go. There is a Checkers right there, and I wouldn't recommend the Checkers, because if you want to, like somebody like me that wants something different, you don't want something that's in your own neighborhood. Like I eat Checkers at home here in South Florida, but even though when I first got to Orlando, I ended up eating Pizza Hut, because that was my first day in, and I just wanted something simple. I didn't want to go out and try to find, when you get in, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, you're checking into your room, and you don't want to be like, oh, let me find something that's, not normal, that I can eat, that's only in Orlando or somewhere that I've never been to, that's not in South Florida. You don't want to do that. You want to relax. So I just end up ordering something for Pizza Hut. But there's a Checkers right there that sits at the beginning of Old Town. If you want to go there, you can go there. If not, go across the street. I recommend going across the street to the food court. Food trucks food court. I call it the food trucks food court, because that's basically what it is. It was like 30 plus food trucks. And across the street, when you're walking to get to there is a game room actually in the shopping plaza. And there's a gun range, because that's where my Uber was picking me up from. It gave me the gun range address. But there is a game room there, and the game room I think closes around midnight as well too, because when I was going to the food trucks, I saw the game room was open, and then by the time I was about to leave the food trucks, the game room was closed, and I was like, oh, there's a game room here, and stuff like that, because there's a game room inside Old Town too. Fun Spot has a game room, Old Town has a game room, and then across the street where the food trucks is at, there's a game room there, and I didn't notice it, but that lets me to know that I have to explore Orlando and Kissimmee more, because a lot of the places, I have not been to. Like when I go to Orlando, sometimes I go with my friends, sometimes I went by myself. All I did was, Fun Spot, and then back to my room, and that's it. It's not, I haven't explored. So when I did the video with Icon Park, I've been to Icon Park maybe once and before, and I wanted to experience iDrive, the thing that I wanted to do and I didn't do was, I think it was Wonderworks, which is the like museum or anything that's upside down, which is further on the other side of Icon Park. Because when I did Icon Park, I was going towards the Orlando Fun Spot, and I didn't do the Icon. I didn't go the other side or the other way of Icon Park, and I wanted to do Wonderworks, and I was like the upside down place, and it was Wonderworks. I believe it's called Wonderworks. And I didn't get to do them because apparently, it was on the other side, and I was pressed for time, because by the time I left Rippy's, believe it or not, it was like 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, and I wanted to end up going to Fun Spot Kissimmee, because that's when you do from park to park, is only a $10 difference. You pay $10 going from park to park, and that's one of the reasons why I recommend Fun Spot and the small little amusement parks, because when you pay, it's only like $60 if you're going to a Fun Spot, and then if you go from park to park, from Fun Spot Orlando to Fun Spot Kissimmee, or from Fun Spot Kissimmee to Fun Spot, it's only $10 difference. You're paying a $10. You keep your wristband on. You say, I just came from Fun Spot Orlando. They scan your wristband, and then you pay an additional $10. That's basically it, and stuff like that. So it was fun. It was amazing. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time in Orlando. I'm planning on going back, hopefully soon, because it was, I love going up there. It's an amazing thing. You get to see a lot of restaurants that you don't see down here in South Florida, and plus you probably see a lot of restaurants that you don't get to see anywhere else, and you get to enjoy yourself, and you get to have fun with it. If you want to share your ideas with Orlando, you can comment at the bottom of this page. You can also email me, roundtable00@yahoo.com. You can also look at my previous episodes where I did videos in Orlando. I did a video in Orlando in 2022 where I visited Fun Spot Kissimmee, Fun Spot Orlando, and I did a video at Star Island Resort, which is where I was staying my visit in 2022, and it was where I was staying at in my 2023. And also, you can check out my video this past New Year's where I did a video at Icon Park. I didn't do a video inside Ripley's, believe it or not, sorry to say, but here we go. Now I want to talk about something else that's been going around. Let me talk about this Katt Williams situation, Lord Jesus, because all that you've been hearing about is Katt Williams, Katt Williams, Katt Williams, Katt Williams. Now, if you all don't know, Katt Williams did an interview on Club Shay, which is a social media platform show, something similar to like how my show is, but his is more of a popular show, and he went ham on a lot of people, and it surfaced one day. One of my coworkers was looking at it on break, and I was like, and he was listening, talking about it, stuff like that, and he was listening, looking at it and everything, and say the video is like 2 hours long and stuff like that or whatever. And then I started seeing bits and pieces of videos of Katt Williams going in on a lot of celebrities and talking about how they did this or how they did this, how this person robbed this person over. And I looked at myself, I said, wasn't you already in trouble already? And now you're getting yourself back into trouble, and now people are lashing out, talking about the situation and stuff. Let me tell you this. If you don't remember, Katt Williams already was in trouble years ago when Katt Williams started blaring out about that island. If y'all didn't know about what I'm talking about, is about a few years back, Katt Williams started talking about an island that a Caucasian male, which I don't remember his name. I think somebody told me at one point, but I forgot. A Caucasian male had an island, and from what I told, the Caucasian male has passed away. Where the celebrities used to go and used to have parties and fun and hook up with each other and stuff like that. And it was a secret place that nobody was supposed to tell about. It was like a little duck off place where celebrities go and they had their fun, have hookup, sex, drink, whatever. And Katt Williams started blowing out, oh yeah, this person used to go over there and hook up with this person, and then it went downhill where a lot of bad stuff started happening to Katt Williams. Basically, he was, things started happening bad because people started doing things to him to get him in trouble, because you're putting everybody's lives in, this man slept with this man, or this man slept with this woman, or this woman slept with this. It was like secrets was coming out. And now you're coming back to the point where you're talking about how this man was supposed to have this role and he wasn't supposed to have this role, or this man stole this role from this man, and stuff like that. And I was like, what? And then you was talking about, and I look at it and I took to the self and I said, now you're starting to, everybody's going to come for you. Because to me, I feel like a lot of these Hollywood actors got where they got because they had to do some things to get to Hollywood. There have been many of stories how these people are talking about, oh, I had to do this just to get a contract, or I had to, everybody knows there's these things. Oh, I had to have sex with the producer just to get into a role on this episode, or I had to do this to this person so I can, make it in the business. Yeah, we all know that happens in the industry. We all know that people have to do sexual favors just to get roles and parts and things. Remember years back when the B2K Chris Stokes story allegedly came out? I gotta say allegedly because, you can't, where allegedly Chris Stokes was making the B2K and them shower together and have sex together and all that, and then allegedly one of the B2K, group members came out and started confessing about how he used to have them take showers together and used to have them have sex together and all that, blah blah blah. And it's like, you know, we know at one point that's what people do in the industry to get ahead. Oh, to do me, you gotta come here and give me some, or to get a part of this role, come here and let me touch on you and stuff. We know that that happens, because I'm quite sure, it's happened to allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly. That probably has happened in the Bill Cosby situation. That's probably has happened to a lot of people. But you gotta realize, and I'm saying allegedly because I don't want people to go back and say he said Bill Cosby was giving having sex with these people and for roles and stuff. I don't want to say that it happened, but that could be the case. There are a lot of people out here that are not telling you, oh yeah, I had to have sex with this producer just to get a role in this. They're not gonna tell you that, because number one, it's gonna discredit the producer, and it's going to discredit yourself as if you had to do that just to get a role, like your acting skills wasn't good enough that you had to sleep with the producer to get a role, and then that's going to make you look like, oh, you'll sleep with anybody just to get a role. Or they'll look at it as if the producer, he'll hire people just because they sleep with him or stuff like that. So I look at it as if, so when Katt Williams started coming out with all of this, oh, this person did this, he started talking about other comedians and stuff. And I'm like, to me, if you haven't seen it, go to I'm quite, it's on YouTube. I know it's on YouTube. The Katt Williams Club, Shay. And he was going ham, and I've seen bits and pieces of it. I didn't watch the full thing because everything I was watching, I was like, you was really going in on it. You was going in on Steve Harvey. You was going in on, Chris Tucker and everybody about the Friday movie and everything. Mike Epps posted a video and said, oh, you ain't talk about me. I want some free publicity or whatever, because a lot of people feel like that's free publicity to them. You're talking about them and you're going ham on what they in. And then he was talking about Steve Harvey and the Steve Harvey show and all of these and the Kings of Comedy and all that. And I was sitting up here like, why is he doing this? What does he gain out of this? Because number one, a lot of people are going to start coming for you, and they're going to start wanting to cut your head off because you're now talking nonsense about how they got these roles and how they got these positions and how they did this and that. And then, you talked about the late, great Bernie Mac, and then you talked about a lot of, and I'm like, so you're doing all of this, and you don't think that these people are going to be upset and try to come for you? Or you don't think these people are not going to backlash at you for talking about them and doing these things? So now it comes to the point where people are going to be looking at you like, why do I need, and then he talked about, oh, I employed comedians and stuff like that. You employed up and coming comedians. You didn't employ legendary comedians. You didn't employ, Cedric the Entertainer or Eddie Murphy or Charlie Murphy, or you was doing up and coming comedians. It wasn't like the comedians that you had out there was already famous. You was doing up and coming comedians like Lunel and stuff like that. Melanie Camacho and other things. These was up and coming comedians. You wasn't doing D.L. Hughley and Lavelle Crawford and Bruce and all of them. So it's like, why are you coming for these people? Because, yeah, some of the stuff you're saying could be true and may be true. But was it right for you to come out here and say those things about those people? Because for me, I feel like you was trying to tell a story like, how some people say, oh, if I can't have no fun, they can't have no fun, so I'm going to go snitch. That's basically what it was for Katt Williams. Basically, he was trying to snitch on these people and talk about what went down with them and all that. And I'm like, dude, like, where does this get you in life? Me snitching on somebody is not going to get me forward in life. That's like they say snitches get stitches. That's like when you go into the jailhouse and then they give you a free extra piece of pie or something for snitching on who doing this and who doing that in the cell. But at the end of the day, by you snitching, it's going to put your life in jeopardy. Just like, and I want to say, like, didn't Katt Williams learn from the island experience when he started talking about how these people was on these island having sex and doing all this stuff and drugs and sex and all this, and then things started happening to him. He was going to jail and getting stopped by the police and stuff because you didn't you learn from that. And now you're exposing to how these celebrities got their parts and their jobs and how these things was going around because and then with the Diddy situation and all that. Now the Diddy situation, Cat Williams didn't expose that. That already came about with the Diddy situation and the questioning of his sexuality. And then they started questioning everybody else's sexuality around it because there was a thing about how Brashear Gray, which is one of the stars of the former hit TV show Empire, he was a friend of Will Smith, and Will Smith introduced him to, you know, Puff Daddy, and it ended up going to where Puff Daddy was doing things and stuff like that. And then Orlando Brown, which was one of the stars of the hit TV show That's So Raven, who we all knew from the Jamie Foxx show and from 3J on Family Matters. He started ramping and raving how this person did this sexual favors and this person did this and sexual favors, and I'm sitting up here like, what do you get out of this? You're exposing these people for what reason? And that's what I was talking about by Cat Williams. Like, you're talking about, oh, this person did this and this person did this and this was going on. And yeah, eventually a lot of the stuff that is in the dark will come to the light because the Bill Cosby situation came to the light, and a lot of these other, actors, that was out here, hooking up with these young kids and hooking up with these people was coming to the light. But it's like, what do you gain out of it? Like, we all know this just situation with the Bill Cosby situation. The reason why, because the hush hush money stopped coming in. Bill Cosby stopped paying these people. But allegedly, well, not allegedly, but the reason why they was coming for Bill Cosby is because he wanted to buy a major network. And they wasn't finna let a black person go and buy a I think it was NBC he was about to buy. And they didn't want him as a black person to purchase a major network. So all these allegations started coming down and blah, blah, blah. And it was the same thing with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had these allegations came out on this and that. And I'm looking at it as if they came out on its own because of them. You're a comedian trying to expose people for what they is. And I'm like, what is the purpose behind this situation? What is the purpose behind you trying to, expose these people? Like, what do you gain out of it? Yeah, you might get, now the people may want to interview you now and pay you money to for an exclusive interview, because I'm quite sure maybe Shay paid him, or he probably got some money from his interview or whatever, or people want the exclusive rights to it. But you're now, and I haven't seen a celebrity yet that have came out to comment on, like Steve Harvey or D.L. Hughley or whoever, whatever, that he was talking about, came out and said anything as far as I'm concerned yet. There probably is videos out there where they have commented and backlash. I've seen I've seen there's videos where a lot of these celebrities and singers and actors are going ham in on what, Cat Williams was saying. What do you think about the Cat Williams interview? Do you think that it was right for him to come out with an interview? Do you don't think it was right for him to come out in the interview? What did you like about the interview? What did you didn't like about the interview? Comment at the bottom of this page. You can also email me if you want to stay anonymous. I feel as if he was right and he was wrong. But I feel he was more wrong than he was right. Eventually, a lot of this stuff is going to come out. Like Diddy's sexuality allegedly came out, and a lot of it, I believe a lot of it is true because, like I said, there are a lot of producers and record producers and a lot of produce music, movie producers and show producers and directors that are out here that are sleeping with people to get record deals, that are sleeping with people to get parts and roles. And you look at it as, oh, you can sleep with me, I'll give you a role on this show. If you have sex with me, I'll put you on a track or give you a record deal and stuff. And I believe some of that, like I told you, the alleged Chris Stokes story with the B2K and everything. And, and I look at it as if a lot of these things, and I have to say allegedly because I don't want things to leak out and say, oh, he said this and he said that, because, facts are not, it is not always facts until you do your research, and that's a long research. But I've heard the video and I've seen, heard the story about the B2K situation, but I don't want to push it out there. But a lot of these things, it comes out to it where, you know, maybe there was a lot of girls and Bill Cosby may have said, okay, I'll give you a role on the Cosby Show if you come and do this with me. And he may have allegedly drugged these people and stuff like that. Who knows? And then there may have been times when P Diddy will say, oh, you sleep with me and I'll give you a record deal, or you sleep with me and I'll put you on this track and give you $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever. Because back then, it wasn't, money wasn't big like it is now. And then he might have been sleeping with men or had sexual, but we don't know. Allegedly, we don't know, because there's all the room. And then that's what I say with Katt Williams. You're out here exposing. A lot of this stuff probably would have came to the light eventually, but you are making it as if what right to you to bring this stuff out. That's what's making me look at it. What was your right to bring it out? Eventually the Bill Cosby situation scandal was going to come out. Eventually, a lot of this stuff that's happening was going to come out, because, like, to me, I told you, I believe the hush hush money ran out on the Bill Cosby little situation, where he was paying these women hush hush money to say, okay, I'm going to pay you $20,000, to shut up, and I'm going to keep paying you every year, or how much money every month or every year or whatever. I'm going to pay you $20,000 a year to shut up and don't say nothing. Then when he wanted to buy a network, they was like, oh no, baby, we're not going to let you buy a network. And I feel that the money was like the hush hush money, because that's how I feel with a lot of these celebrities who are in these scandals. I feel the hush hush money was coming out. Just like the incident with Michael Jackson when Aaron Carter said, was it Aaron Carter or was it one of the Carters, was saying that he was, his mom made him say, or not his mom, but it was a situation when one of the Carters was like, Michael Jackson, touch me and all that stuff and all that. And a lot of these people are doing this for money, because honestly, I believe Michael Jackson didn't play with them kids. Michael Jackson was just a grown man who didn't have a childhood life, so he built the amusement park so he can go and play with the kids. Now, I don't believe that he touched those kids, but it could be a possibility that he did. Maybe Michael Jackson, rest in peace. But to me, I don't think he did. I just think he was like that. And a lot of these people was trying to go in and say, oh, Michael Jackson played with my kid while he was at the Never Ranch and Never Land Ranch, and after he got off the ride, he took him in his room, and then he touched on him. People go and say that just to get some money and out of it or whatever. And then sometimes they'll be like, he didn't do it, but I don't want this thing to escalate, so I'm gonna give you $5,000 to shut up and just walk away. And a lot of these people do that. So my thing to you, what do you think about this Katt Williams story? Do you think that Katt should have came out and said all that he said? Or do you think he shouldn't have came out and said what he said? Do you think what he was saying is true about these celebrities and these actors and these comedians? Or do you think that it wasn't true? Honestly, I'm just going to give you my whole opinion, and then we're going to end this show. I honestly believe 70% of what he was saying was true in that interview. And I believe that he shouldn't have came out and said it, because now you're putting yourself online, because a lot of these celebrities and these actors and comedians and musicians, they're not going to come for you, and they're not going to backlash on you telling what they went. Oh, this person got this role because I didn't want to do this, or this person got this role because at that time this was going down and this was going down and all that and stuff like that or whatever. And he was talking about how he was supposed to be one of the kings of comedy, but he couldn't because of this situation. And I'm like, so is this a cry for help? Is this a cry for somebody needs to help me or do something for me because I didn't get the role? Or this is a cry for I'm not doing what I want to do. And now he has a tour coming out, because I seen it online that he's touring, and he'll be, I think, down here or in Orlando, one of the others. He has a tour coming out. And I'm like, seriously? And then he started talking about the Will Smith and, the Chris Rock situation. And I'm sitting up here like, what do you have to gain to expose to this? What do you have that what will you gain out of this? Because for me, by me going online and going on the air exposing, oh, this person did this and this person did that, this, and for me, it will, number one, it will discredit me because a lot of people will backlash and come for me and start attacking me because of what I'm saying. Number two, it's going to put your career down the drain because now you're attacking some of the biggest superstars and some of the biggest actors and comedians and musicians out there. Then number three, you may not get no more business or you may not get no more work because a lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, I'm not working with him because remember what he said about this person and this person we have, just like what happened with Universal Studios. And I think I did a show about it a while back when I was talking about, how the Kid Zone in Universal Studios Orlando, where they wanted to close the Kid Zone and destroy everything. And they said that the ETY has to stay because the ETY was created by Steven Spielberg. And if they take the ETY away, Steven Spielberg was going to stop having ties with Universal Studios. And Universal Studios said, we don't want Steven Spielberg to stop having ties because he was one of our biggest money contributions, and he was one of our biggest contributions when the park opened up, and he created ET and everything. So we can't close ET. We're just gonna have to close everything else around it and work around it. And there was one of them things that you can't come for Steven Spielberg because he created ET. If we tear him down, his ride down, he's not gonna want to work with us no more. He's not gonna want to do business with us no more. And that's basically what it was with Katt Williams, and all these other. If you go out there and start exposing people, they're gonna say, "Oh, you expose this person. He's one of our biggest actors, or he's one of our biggest producers, and if you expose him, he's not gonna want to work with us no more, or and stuff like that. So we're not gonna employ you no more or we're not gonna give you a gig because you're slandering one of our biggest producers or one of our biggest superstars. So why are we gonna give you a part when this man is contributing money to our services, or this man is one of our biggest producers, or you're slandering this person and he works with us, and if we employ you, he's gonna say, I'm not gonna give y'all money, or I'm not gonna work with y'all no more. So we're not gonna give you a part because you're slandering this person. So that's how I feel it is. I want y'all to comment at the bottom of this page. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Also, let me know how you think. Like I said, do you think you can, if you want to be anonymous, you can also email me roundtable00@yahoo.com. If you feel that he was right, or if you feel that if he was wrong, and what do you think about the video? Let me know, comment, and let me know how you feel. I thank y'all for watching this. Thank you for watching my second episode into New Year's. This is the Roundtable Talk. I am your host, C Money. I hope that y'all have a blessed year, even though there will be more episodes. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out our other episodes. Don't forget to check out our segments, Hotspots in South Florida, and where we go to different attractions in Miami and different locations that are fun to check out to see while you're in South Florida. And don't forget to check out History in South Florida, where we visit a lot of historical places in South Florida. And also comment at any video that you want. If you want us to do a topic that you would like to discuss, email me roundtable00@yahoo.com as well. And also you can comment on any of the videos through our email if you would like to stay anonymous as well. This is the Roundtable Talk. I'm your host, C Money. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed, stay safe. Happy 2024, and I will see you in the next episode.